Hello everyone, my name is Rebecca. Let's talk about makeup. So today I'm going to be updating you on my lip service Projectpan. It has been a little while since I updated you on this particular project. This is a Pantastic Ladies collab project that was created by Jessica Lee and Amanda. I will link both of these lovely ladies down below, along with a link to the Pantastic Ladies Facebook group if you want to join us. Post your updates, share your progress. It's a lot of fun. So I have a lot of lipstick and I have been using this project to help me get a little bit more use out of it because I really do kind of default to my lip glosses and my lip balms, and I want to get more use out of my pretty things. However, I do really kind of pare back on the makeup that I wear during the summertime. I really go for a lot lighter coverage, a lot more sheer products. So lip balms and glosses just feel like a more natural choice for that kind of makeup. So last time I updated you on this, I think it was back in June, I included some lip glosses into the project and a couple of lip balms, and that I think was a good call. The two lip glosses I was working on were my ColourPop Flying Horses, which I do not have here to share with you because I finished it in June and it went out with my June empties. I also rolled in my Buxom lip polish in the shade Gabby, which I actually have right here. It doesn't look super empty, but I promise you, I took out the stopper, I went in there with a spatula, I did everything I can. This just tends to be kind of a thicker lip gloss texture than some of my other ones, and so it's just kind of clinging to the sides of the tube for dear life. But it is empty and it is going out with my garbage. So I'm really pleased to have completed 2 lip products in this project. Granted, they were lip glosses, but you know, a win is a win, okay? So those are the 2 products I managed to complete. Let's talk about the ones that I have met my goals on, and then we'll talk about the ones that I'm rolling through next month, and we'll pick a few new products. So I rolled in my tiny little mini of the Pat McGrath Divine Rose lipstick. I rolled this in for 5 uses and I used it 6 times. During the wintertime, this is a little bit too warm and too saturated for me. It tends to play strangely with my green undertone, which comes out a lot more in the wintertime when I'm a little bit more fair. During the summertime, it's still a hair saturated for me. I have a fair amount of gray in my skin tone, so more muted colors are a little bit more flattering on me. I did get my uses, but this is definitely a little bit more of a combo lipstick for me. It's not something I'm going to be wearing on my own. Let's go ahead and swatch. That is the lipstick right there. That is Divine Rose by Pat McGrath. Next, I have a Becca lipstick. This is the Becca Ultimate Lipstick Love in the shade Mauve. This one, I don't know. I rolled it in for 5 uses and I used it 5 times, but I almost feel like it's just a deeper version of this one right here. I don't know if it's the level of saturation that I don't care for or if it's the undertone. I just don't know. It's not my favorite. I think this will probably end up being a declutter or possibly something that I franken with another lipstick. That might be fun. Not really my favorite, but we got all 5 uses. Here's one that I really have enjoyed. This is my Milani lipstick in the shade Shoop. This came along with a lip liner that I am working on in my 50 Shades of Brown Projectpan. It was a little set, a little salt and pepper collab set. It's reading a little bit more pink than brown. I feel like it comes off quite a bit more brown on my lips. Let's see. I have 3,000 things on my lips. Why not add one more? Obviously that's not true to color because I was already wearing something. But do you see how it kind of just took the intensity of that lipstick down and sort of grunged it up just a little bit? I've really enjoyed this lipstick for that purpose, combining it with other things, but I've also really enjoyed this one on its own. I have just really been liking this lipstick. So I rolled this in for 5 uses and I have used it 15 times. Next, we have a liquid lipstick. This is the Vice Lip Bond in the shade Once Strangers. This is kind of a darker brown. The Vice Bond is the liquid lip that it's like the Maybelline lip vinyls. It dries down and retains a little bit of shine, not nearly as much shine as this has, but it doesn't have the matte finish of other liquid lipsticks. However, it is transfer proof. I have talked to a few people who had a lot of trouble getting this to be transfer proof. And the thing that I found, I had trouble as well when I first started using this formula. And what I found worked for me was basically my lips have to be clean and dry. I can't have anything else underneath. If you put a lip liner underneath, it's going to transfer. Then I have to shake the absolute ever-living heck out of this thing. And when I apply it, I can't go over I can't do this too many times. You got to get it on as fast as you can before it has a chance to start drying, because once it starts to set, and it starts to set pretty quickly, you don't want to disturb it. Disturbing it is going to cause problems and it's going to cause transfer. So I just, with as few swipes as possible, I'll apply it, and then do not press your lips together. You just basically have to stand in front of your mirror like an idiot like this for like a solid minute while it completely sets. And once I do all of those things, this actually is quite transfer proof and lasts a good long time. So this one was a little bit dark for me for a summer shade. So I rolled it in for 3 uses and I got all 3 uses out of it. Last, I have a little NARS lip balm. This is the lip balm in the shade Laguna, I believe. And it's just a little mini. I rolled it in for 10 uses. And I used it, let's see, 13 times. So I just kept this in my purse and reached for it whenever I felt like I needed something on my lips. To be perfectly honest, this is just kind of a nothing product. It is almost completely sheer on the lips. It's just got the tiniest bit of a bronzy tint to it. Not really particularly noticeable on the lips, but I also feel like it's not particularly hydrating either. So I don't know. What is the purpose? I mean, it's got hardly any product left, so I'm going to continue to use this, but it's definitely not something I would go out of my way to reacquire. I'm going to go ahead and swatch this for you, and you'll see, you see how sheer that is? Just the slightest hint of a bronzy tint there. I rolled it in for 10 uses and I used it 13 times. So those are the ones that I met my goals on. The rest of these here, I still have a few uses left, so I will be rolling them through to next month. First is my MAC Viva Glam 6. This is my favorite lipstick of all time. She is also in the project until she is complete. She had a little bit of mishap and broke a while back. So I actually remolded her and put her back together. But yeah, she's not looking the best right now. We're getting there though. Do you see this? We're getting there. So she is in this project forever, just a forever product. I'm going to keep it in until it's gone. I love it. I love this lipstick. It is just so pretty. I'm really quite sad that you can no longer get this lipstick. I'm going to have to find me a dupe or something. So what I'm going to do with this lipstick, how I'm going to consider it done, is I'm going to use it down to the plastic. Generally speaking, that's how far down I would use most lipsticks, but I am going to keep the product that is in the bullet, and I think I might take it with me to Vegas this November. I have a work thing that I usually do every November in Las Vegas, and I think I might take it to the Bite Lab there and have them make me a dupe. They won't be able to dupe it exactly because there's some shimmer in this, and so far as I know, that's not something that the Bite Lab provides, but I really do also like the tone of this lipstick. So yeah, I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to use this one down to the plastic, and then I'm going to take the rest of it to the Bite Lab. I have a couple more liquid lipsticks that I did not quite hit my goal on. One of them is the Pat McGrath Rose Divinity. I actually had this in the previous cycle, and then I kept it in longer because I wanted to get some more use out of it. But despite that, I have only used this twice since my last update. This is just a really pretty, it's one of Pat McGrath's metallic liquid lipsticks, which usually isn't my preference, but I just really like this one. Do you actually see how close this shade? These are my favorites. This one, and this one. Look at those tones. There's a lot of similarity there. I really like this liquid lipstick. I just haven't been wearing a lot of lipstick, much less a lot of liquid lipstick during the summer. Definitely reaching for my glosses a lot more, but I'm going to go ahead and keep this in the project and roll it through to next month. The other liquid lip I had rolled in this project is an Anastasia Beverly Hills liquid lipstick in the shade Poet. I really do enjoy this shade. It dries down a bit darker than what you see there on my arm. Again, you see the tonal similarities between that one and the other ones I really enjoy. And I really like this one. It's just a little deep for me during this particular season. So I rolled it in for, let's see, how many uses? I only rolled it in for 3 uses, but I used it once. So I'm going to keep this one in and roll it through till next month to get my additional 2 uses on it. So all we've got left are 1 bullet lipstick and a lip balm. The balm is another Becca product. This was the Pearl Glow Lip Tint in the shade Blackberry. It's got a little bit of a watermelon scent, which isn't my favorite, but it's not terrible. Anyway, this is a really pretty kind of sheer berry lip tint. I really do like it. I just kind of forgot about it. I put it in the top drawer of my dresser and forgot that it was there. So I think I'm going to swap this out for my NARS one. That's the one I've had in my bag. I'm going to keep this one in and try to get some more uses on it. I rolled this one in for 10 uses and I have used it 4 times. So I need an additional 6 uses on this one before we can call it good. Last, I have this Bobbi Brown lipstick. This is one of her crushed lip colors. This is in the shade Lilac. This is another one I just kind of forgot about. This one. Now, this one is a lot more pink and a lot more saturated. I like the coolness of the tone, but just the saturation level is just really not my vibe. I actually kind of wonder what this would look like mixed in with that Becca one. That might be nice. I guess I could find out here, couldn't I? Put the Becca one down. Put the Bobbi Brown over it. That's pretty. It reminds me a little bit of the way the Poet looks before it's dried down. Do you see how it's dried down quite a bit darker? It's a little bit pinker than this one and still a little saturated, to be honest. That's a possibility. I might end up frankening these 2 lipsticks. But before I do that, I'm going to get the rest of my uses on this one. I rolled this one in for 5 uses. I have only used it once. So I am going to use it 4 more times and then who knows, I might melt it down and mix it in with that Becca one, see if I can get a shade I like a little bit better than either one of these. And that is my lip service. That is it. So all we have left is to pull a few new products. Do you see this nonsense? That's the Anastasia Beverly Hills, and that is the Urban Decay. My goodness. The Anastasia Beverly Hills I very rarely wear on my own because I do find the formula to be a little uncomfortable. Not as uncomfortable as like the KVD liquid lipstick formula, but I definitely think there are better ones out there. I think the Natasha Denona, for example, is a lot nicer than the ABH in formula. I just really, really like that shade. So, okay, I have 1 liquid lipstick rolling out. I have 1 balm and 2 glosses rolling out. And then I have, let's see, 3 lipsticks. So I'm just gonna go ahead and swap those out 1 for 1. I will be right back. Okay, I have picked a few new products. I am bringing in, this is my Fenty Cream Gloss in the shade Fenty Glow. This is a gloss that I just haven't gotten nearly enough use on. I actually really like the color and I like the formula. It's just, I just haven't reached for it a ton. So that's what she looks like there. I can't resist. I don't know why I keep adding things. This is a nice gloss. It looks pretty pigmented in the swatch, but I do find it to be a little bit more on the sheer side, which I don't mind terribly much. Generally speaking, if I want more of an opaque color, I'll put on a lipstick underneath the gloss. But yeah, I'd like to get a little bit more use on this one, so I'm gonna roll this in for 10 uses. I am also rolling in this. This was once the Essence, not the, something, it's their plumping one. I can't remember exactly what it was called, but this is actually a Franken. I mixed, I think what I did is I mixed a little bit of ABH Poet along with one of my favorite liquid blushes. And yeah, that's what I ended up with. I actually really, really like this formula. I feel like it is the drugstore counterpart to the Buxom lip gloss that I love so much. It has that same really minty kind of cooling tingle to it. That is the type of plumping that I prefer. I do not prefer like the really hot type of plumping, or there is a certain ingredient that I have experienced a few times in different plumping glosses that makes my lips vibrate. It feels like they're a little numb and vibrating. And now that I'm saying that out loud, I wonder if I'm allergic to it. I wonder if that's a mild allergic reaction. I don't know. Do you guys know what I'm talking about? Kind of a little bit numb and like kind of like a buzzy feeling. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. In any case, I really do like this formula and the color. being something that I made myself, I really enjoy as well. I'm going to roll this one in to finish. I would really like to finish this lip gloss. And I think I've already got some windowing on it, so I think that's definitely doable. So I'm rolling in one balm, and that is my Sephora Lip Stories balm in the shade Are You Jealous? It is a really pretty, balmy, berry tinted product. It's actually looking a lot like the Becca balm. Let me see how close these two are. Okay, this one's a little deeper and a little warmer, it looks like. A little bit more red, a little bit more pink. In any case, it's been forever since I pulled that out and got some use on it. So it is time to do so. For the liquid lip, I don't know what the shade is. The sticker on the bottom came off, so. Oh wait, no, it's at the top. 13, brown. And this is a lip stain that usually is a little bit, you can see, even in the summertime when my skin tone is a little bit warmer. She's orange. That deep russet orange color. But I do feel like I can get away with it a little bit more in the summertime than I can in the wintertime, where my green and any warm tones really start to clash. So I figure 'tis the season to get some use out of this one. So I'm going to roll this in. With my liquid lips, I've been rolling them in for 3 uses, but I think I'm going to roll this in for 5 uses. What is in my hair? How long has that been there? So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and roll this one in for 5 uses. For my bullet lipsticks, I'm gonna be rolling in another Bobbi Brown lipstick. This is the Nourishing Lip color, which is a little bit balmier and glossier than the crushed lip color. This is in the shade Rose Petal. And that's what she looks like there. Probably a little bit saturated for my taste, but I can layer it with some other things. It'll be fine. And then I have 2 Essence lipsticks. These are their semi-matte lipsticks, the nude series that they have. I can't remember what the line of lipsticks is called. I'll put it up on the screen. But these are really, really beautiful lipsticks. I mean, they are Essence every once in a while. With a few of their products, they will just knock it out of the park, and the formulas will feel high-end. Really, the only thing about these lipsticks that kind of hint that they're a less expensive product is the packaging itself. But these are really, really beautiful. I have 3 of these. The shade Amazing is the one that I tend to like the most year-round. These ones, I have Legendary and Special, and both of these pull a little bit warm on me during the wintertime. So I want to go ahead and try to get a little bit of use out of them during the summer. This is what I'm rolling in right there. So all 3 of these bullet lipsticks, as well as the lip stain, are going to be rolling in for 5 uses. I'm rolling in the Sephora Balm for 10 uses, and then I'm going to be rolling in this Essence Gloss for as long as it takes until she's finished. We'll see how I do. Thanks so much for spending this time with me, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.